All right, go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to keep this pretty informal. It looks like there's some great conversation, so I think we'll just kind of continue that. But why don't we start by just going through each of us. We've got Kip, Lisa, Tim, and I'm Piers. And these are some very cool and like some amazing backgrounds on this panel. So I think we need to at least go through that so you have a basis of the sort of really wide range of areas we could explore.
The least impressive background. So, retired Coast Guard officer, 2012. I did have an opportunity to work at DHS and run enterprise IT services from 2009 to 2012. So folks like Kevin I get to work with there. And it was really my first opportunity to run enterprise IT outside of Coast Guard. Private sector now, have a small company. We do CIO advisory services and sort of a range of IT services.
So with the Finnish government, they sent me here for 1 year, so I'm now West researcher at NIST, the National Institute of Standardization and Technology. I'm part of the post-quantum cryptography standardization project, but the NIST is also doing a standardization on lightweight cryptography, which is really relevant to the IoT devices. But one challenge is that the IoT is very broad there. So when people talking about IoT, some people think about TV, but some people think about Raspberry Pi, but it could be also a very small sensor.
So that's IT. Most of my background is in the public building service, and then the highlight for me at my time at GSA was for all of 2017, the first year of the Trump administration. I was the acting administrator for GSA. So obviously, I always like to joke, being someplace for at that point 25 years, and I was always pretty mouthy about. So I think what I want to talk about, and while I was part of GSA, obviously GSA has a big IT portfolio. I spent some time around OT and the challenges associated with security there. So the kind of frontline user perspective, but also the perspective of an executive that's responsible for managing, hundreds of millions of square feet of space across an inventory, and kind of what are some of the drivers and the things that were on our minds. So really, that kind of end user perspective is what
I'm actually a molecular virologist by training. My PhD was in molecular virology, which was one of those things that if I said that, even 3 weeks ago, who cares? But now it's like, oh, that's the cool thing. So I was a professor at University of Chicago for a long time. My intro into big data came from being early on in the human and mouse genome project. So virology was sort of where we started doing a lot of the genomic research. And then it became possible to sequence whole organisms, and so I got involved in that analysis. And you actually let people do what they need to do with the data. And so that's what we're doing now, and I'm super excited about it. And I think it sort of may feed into some of these areas, but we were talking about this earlier with maritime system data, like how integrated the systems are.
very interesting, kind of eclectic panel, lots of different perspectives. But I mentioned, I wanted to just kind of share the operational perspective and the challenges around cybersecurity associated with OT specifically.